and welcome to the Property News here on Magic Bricks, now India's first property business channel. I'm Krishna Kumar. Let's take a look at the top stories that we're tracking. 2 years, 3 attempts, and yet again, Mumbai's civic body, the BMC, get its 2034 plan wrong. Yes, that's the verdict coming from the citizens of Mumbai. Magic Bricks now tells you what Mumbaikars want corrected. The demand for homes and loans grow in Telangana. Other metros too see more home buyers return to the market. Yes, that's what we are hearing in an exclusive interview with Anup Kumar Shaha, who heads retail banking at ICICI Bank. Catch Magic Bricks Now's editor Faye D'Souza in conversation with the president of CREDAI, Geetambar Anand. In concrete dialogues, the CREDAI chief speaks on rampant project delays in the Delhi NCR region. Big words, zero action. It has been over 1 year since the Kejriwal government took over. Even as the Delhi's transport minister resigns, citizens now ask, where is the last mile connectivity promised to them? In a special series, Magic Bricks now goes on ground, asks Delhi wale if travel has become easier. Straight to our top story. Revision number 3 and BMC still gets it wrong. The civic body's latest attempt at a development plan for Mumbai has not passed muster with its citizens. 10 days after the plan was tabled, Mumbaikars have flooded BMC offices with over 2,000 suggestions and objections to the plan. The DP, which will guide development in the city till 2034, has already been delayed by 4 years. Disha Shah gets us this exclusive report on what Mumbai does not want in the DP.
2,200, that's the number of suggestions and objections that Mumbai civic body BMC has received in the span of 10 days from the citizens of Mumbai on the recent draft of the development plan for 2034. This is what BMC officials told Magic Bricks now. Talking about suggestions and objections, firstly what citizens have objected to is of creation of almost 10 lakh affordable homes on the no development zones and salt pan lands, to which activists believe that this will benefit only a certain section of the people who are the developers, and it will not benefit the public per se. Secondly, they also say that this will also lead to environmental issues as well. Second objection is what citizens have objected is of construction in the open spaces in the city of Mumbai, to which activists believe that this could have been easily avoided by the BMC rather than disrupting the new open spaces in the city. What citizens have suggested is that BMC rather can redevelop the slums and can use the existing area to open space area to for the development. Apart from this, activists also believe that there are other technical errors which BMC has got it wrong yet again with regards to zoning and mapping of land in the draft of the development plan. Lastly, remember, this is the plan that BMC has drafted thrice. In fact, last time when they had drafted, BMC had received close to 56,000 suggestions and objections from the citizens of Mumbai. And this draft also, citizens believe that they have got it wrong yet again. In fact, earlier during the day, I also caught up with few resident associations, listening to what they have to say.
What I have put forward as our suggestion objection for the DCR is that the existing land use survey which was done in the year 2012 by the BMC is itself flawed. Okay, now they wanted to know what's the existing land use. Good, but what about the encroached ones that they haven't taken heed of? They haven't noted it down. What they should have done is in the new DCR, they should have ensured that such encroached land should be opened up. Nowhere is it mentioned that, oh, it's encroached, so we will, remove the encroachment and make it open for the public. So that's one thing. It's a flaw. There's a big flaw in the DCR. Another thing is, our chief minister and all the authorities tell us that, oh, I'm going to give you more open spaces. At what cost? You are giving us open space at the cost of salt pan land, on wetlands, on mangroves. No, sir, we don't want such an open space. That open space has to be left alone, and there should be no development on that. It seems to be builder-driven DCR. There are the bureaucrats, builders, and perhaps the politicians have, there's a nexus between them to open up the spaces, do more construction. No, sir, this is going to be disastrous. Let this message go to them that we are not going to tolerate this. We will resist it to the best of our ability.
Our primary objections to whatever is being done in the draft plan is one is that natural spaces are not being mapped properly. The creation of NDZs. Now the NDZ to the layman appears that nothing is going to come up there, but it's not so. There are a lot of facilities which are allowed to be constructed on. So they have created construction zones inside the natural areas, which we are seriously objecting to, because we believe that the existing natural areas should be completely inviolate from any kind of construction. Only tourism or ecotourism is something which we can accept there. Second is the creation of spaces for the affordable housing carrot which the government is dangling before the people. Now we believe that there are carpets of kilometers of slums which can be redeveloped or settled in situ, and the open spaces created therein should be used for affordable housing if the government is serious on it. They cannot embark on a mission where they are going to destroy the existing spaces. The number of 2,200 it doesn't surprise me, because the BMC is hoping that less and less citizens will come forward, but that's not happening. In fact, this number will multiply multifold. We expect about 10 to 12,000 suggestions at least to go in.
Time now for another Magic Bricks Now exclusive. Home sales are showing a robust pickup in Telangana and Andhra. Now, we have been reporting this on the channel, but here's proof. India's third largest lender, ICICI Bank, has seen home loan demand pick up in these states. What's more, Anup Kumar, head of ICICI Bank's auto and home loan business, tells us that other metro cities are also seeing a pickup in demand. Listen to this exclusive interaction.
We currently do get about 4 to 5% of our customers every month interested in this product specifically, who actually ask for a mortgage guarantee. But over time, I believe it will be about 8 to 10% of the customer base. Don't expect that to be bigger than that.
What are you seeing in terms of your loan book? How is it really translating into demand over there?
We have a loan book which has crossed 100,000 crores, which we had done a release earlier. This remains as one of the key product for the bank. So if I look at today, 1/4 of the bank's advances are housing. So my banking relationship gets much stronger when I do home loan. We have started seeing growth coming in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, which about 2 years back used to be one of the slowest market. The demand for housing continues to be robust. If you look at the RBI data on the growth on housing loan, it's growing fairly robustly, even year on year till last year also.
What about the ticket size? You said mid-income is where you're seeing a lot of demand. There is robust demand. What is the average ticket size of loan that you are disbursing at the moment?
Our average ticket size, if you look at national average, it's around 30 lakhs. Okay. If you look at a MMR kind of market, anything in the range of 75 lakhs to 1.5 crore continues to have a very big demand. If you look at a lot of markets in South, let's say, Bangalore or, so those market, anything in the range of 50 to 80, 75 lakhs continues to have great demand. If you go down to possibly this cities below that, you will see 30 lakhs great demand.
Moving on to a special on the show, Magic Bricks Now's editor Faith D'Souza caught up with the president of CREDAI, Geetambar Anand, for a special edition of the Concrete Dialogues. The CREDAI chief spoke exclusively to us about rampant project delays in the NCR market. Take a look.
But I want to understand from inside of CREDAI right now, what are you doing? How are you helping your members? And it's true the industry needs help. How are you helping your members overcome this massive hurdle and sort of find ways to deliver to their customers?
So where you see most of our members have not delayed exponentially. There are delays because Noida is a very peculiar market. There were land issues, there were NGT issues, but
that whole Okhla bird sanctuary problem delayed
unexpected,
a lot of projects.
It was very unexpected because projects were going on, and then so over here what we are trying to tell. See, the problem, Faye, is organizational discipline. 1. Unforeseen circumstances 2, and execution. The capability to execute and to find a good contractor who can execute. Now, believe it or not, a lot of developers are actually not finding good contractors to construct, and if they do find them, the contractor also, time and again asks for escalation in prices. I'll stop the work, and things like that.
Did the NCR market grow faster than the developers could actually keep up with?
Yes.
Did this market launch projects without fully being prepared for the back end of how am I going to finish? Is the fiscal discipline in order to make sure that we deliver?
So you're right. What happened was that when after the depression of 2008-9, when Noida saw some new land allotments, people who were not into real estate got into real estate, thinking that the market is good and it's going to get better. So let's start doing real estate. They didn't have a background of construction or real estate, and from other businesses, people from totally diverse, unrelated businesses came into real estate. So people were launching projects at 2,000 rupees a square foot. 2,000 rupees a square foot is the construction cost, maybe more. So how would they pay for the land? What money would they make? But it was like there was a competition because everybody had come into the market at the same time, and everybody was launching at the same time. So there was cutthroat competition. It was all, telling on the price. So when they actually got into the entire process of execution, they realized that they'd made a huge mistake. And how would they complete the project? So then came in the attraction of more FSI. So the only way to complete this was to buy some more FSI. So when more FSI would come in, the NOC from the customer was required. A lot of customers said yes, a lot of them said no. There was a tussle between them, so that too caused some delay. But the only way that the project could be delivered and completed was that this chap who's undersold his stock would get some more FSI and actually sell it at a higher price and cross-subsidize the two and complete the project. So that is what is happening today.
How are you dealing with complaints that are coming to your consumer grievance cell? I know you do have one very, very active cell right now in the NCR region.
So I think in the last year, and I must compliment the president of CREDAI NCR, Manoj Gaur, he's actually resolved more than over 1,500 cases. What we do is, what can we do? We are not a judicial body, we don't have any judicial powers, so to speak. So what can we do? We can put peer pressure. So when and also the advantage of being a CREDAI member today is seen very distinctly by members, that they don't want to lose it. So we can only threaten them. You lose your membership if you don't listen, if you don't stick to the decision of the redressal cell. Because the developer has all the right to say that I don't accept your decision. You're wrong. I'll go to a court of law. Let my customer go to a court of law. So what we said in the NCR was that if a customer does not listen to or does not adhere to the decision of the grievance cell, then he will lose his membership. So that went down very well with the members, and most of them, that is why the NCR cell of CREDAI was able to resolve a lot of disputes.
Moving on here on the show, Canada's Brookfield Asset Management is gearing up to significantly increase its real estate investments in India on the back of a well-performing office market. Now, in the news for a deal, Brookfield is looking to close for Hiranandani's commercial properties in Powai. Anurag Bhatnagar expressed the company's interest in setting up a REIT as well. Listen in.
There were, as you said, a couple of regulatory issues, primarily the dividend distribution tax and the stamp duty incidents that would sort of everybody would have to incur because of the sort of re-registration, etc. Now that these things are on the verge of being clarified and there is hopefully going to be more clarity, sure, I mean, we are all excited about REITs. Like I said, it's a great way to exit, and I'm certain at some stage we will look at a REIT listing as well. Right now we are, as you're aware, we've got a portfolio of about 17 million square foot. And we are obviously on an opportunistic basis will look at more acquisitions. And at some stage I would imagine look at that REIT listing option as well.
Well, I'll come to the acquisitions bit in some time. As far as a timeline is concerned, do you have a timeline, or you feel there's a lot more clarity that needs to come for you to be making a decision?
I think it's early days yet, because there isn't, although there is some talk of trying to resolve these long pending issues, it hasn't yet come out, and specifically for us, it's early days. The acquisition is just over a year old, so for us to start thinking about a listing at this stage, as I said, is early days. it's certainly an option, but I don't think we have a specific timeline in mind at the moment.
Okay. Also, as far as partnerships and acquisitions are concerned, it's all out in the open, the bid for DLF. But going forward, also, are you open to partnerships? What's really happening on that front?
Well, we certainly are. There has been a commitment to India, and the Brookfield philosophy in any case is to acquire assets that are available at a great valuation, completely on an opportunistic basis. And should we get an opportunity like that, I'm certain we'll acquire more going forward.
So a lot more that we can expect from Brookfield in the months to come.
I wouldn't say in the months to come, but certainly yes. I think Brookfield would certainly be keen to acquire more assets. Should there be a good opportunity and a great valuation, yes, we would look at more.
Shifting focus then, in the case involving home buyers versus the Wadia-owned company Bombay Realty, the Bombay High Court has denied interim relief to the condominium owner known as Bombay Realty's Springs Condominium Association of Apartment Owners. The matter concerns the management control of the apartment complex. Home buyers allege that Bombay Realty had promised residents a housing society but allegedly forced them to sign a condominium agreement. By doing so, the buyers allege the company has retained all management rights. However, in its June 13th ad interim order, the Bombay High Court granted no ad interim relief to the condominium owner. Magic Bricks now got in touch with the company who confirmed the order and added that the condominium was registered under MOFA and the court has not cancelled the deed of declaration yet. In fact, the company added the court had observed that the application to form a housing society was defective. The court will declare the final verdict on the 29th of June. The CBRE report that pits market space around the world against each other is out, and 3 of India's most sought-after business centres have made the cut. In a ranking of the world's most expensive office market, Mumbai's prime office address, Nariman Point, comes in at 34 with average monthly rentals going through the roof, so to speak, while Bandra Kurla Complex or BKC ranked 19th. But coming in the top 10 is the capital's Connaught Place with an average occupancy cost of around 8,700 rupees per square feet. My colleague Deepa Rana gets us this report from Delhi's prime business district.
I'm standing at Connaught Place, which has been ranked as 7 among the most expensive office rental spaces in the world. Connaught Place, which has been home to various companies like HSBC, Rolls-Royce, Citibank and more, is also one of the most sought-after high street popular districts of the national capital. Now, on one hand, when companies from all over from India want to have their front offices in this Georgian architecture, there are companies from all over the world who want to have their front offices in this central district of the national capital. Now, let me tell you why Connaught Place has one of the most sought-after districts for front offices in the national capital. To start with, Connaught Place is testimony to India's independence, and also on one hand, when Connaught Place has been ranked 7, it is Mumbai's Bandra Kurla Complex and Mumbai's Nariman Point, which have been ranked 19th and 34th.
Keeping it with the national capital, the untimely resignation of Delhi Transport Minister Gopal Rai is raising eyebrows and spawning several conspiracy theories. However, for Dilliwalas, it is yet another tale of unkept promises. Promises that the government had made to citizens to upgrade public transport as the state government machinery looks to make another appointment. Magic Bricks now takes stock of the situation on ground. Listening to this report from Deepa.
Delhi's Aam Aadmi Party had made several promises when they came to power with a clear mandate of people. Last year, they had made promises, and a major promise was transport and making infrastructure better for the citizens of the national capital. However, there were promises like odd and even schemes and promises like making women buses plying on road, and also air marshals to be provided in every bus of the national capital. However, I asked a lot of people all across the capital to find out if these promises have been met, but the citizens have been disappointed as the Delhi government has only made promises and no work has been done on ground. On one hand, it is the Gopal Rai, the Transport Minister, who has filed a resignation yesterday citing health reasons. It is the opposition who are, alleging scam on the premium bus service which the Delhi government had hired during the odd and even scheme. On one hand, it seems that the Delhi government is yet to reply on the city taxi service which the Delhi government had promised last year, while the Delhi government has upped the ante on the other hand on app-based cabs like Ola and Uber. Now, despite the claims which the Delhi government may be making on the public transport, it seems that having your own car to move across the national capital is the best option.
I read about the Pucho app, it crashed 100 times. I read about the bus as well. I didn't see it anywhere. Maybe it's like Mr. India running somewhere on the road and I couldn't see it. I couldn't find any bus. Even the app did not work properly. So I had to go through another app, route another app, the private apps of course, and then travel on my way. Odd even was the worst time of life from South Delhi to West Delhi.
Well, basically there's no direct way of transport, so I leave my house at a particular time in the morning thinking that I reach office on time, but I have to take an auto. Sometimes I wait for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I have to haggle with the auto wala. Sometimes they just refuse to go. I have to take an auto from there to the metro station, which is Preet Vihar. From there again I have to change another metro from Rajiv Chowk to come to Saket. From here again my office is far. Again the same process of haggling with the auto wala and getting to office. Sometimes even if I leave from my house and an hour and a half before, I won't reach on time, but sometimes I will. It's very unpredictable. There's no direct way of transport.
जो women buses हैं, मुश्किल से वो एक ही बस आती है. अगर आप पूरे दिन में देखो कानपुर में सिर्फ एक ही बस चलती है जो women's के लिए आती है और वो भी एक ही टाइम आती है. मेट्रो स्टेशन से निकलो तो पहले फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि ऑटो वाले आपके सामने खड़े हो जाएंगे, जाने नहीं देंगे. सबसे बड़ा इशू है. और वो पूछेंगे कहाँ जाना किसी से सुनते नहीं है. और अगर बोलो भी जाने के लिए तो वो कभी ये नहीं बोलते कि ठीक है आप मीटर से चलो. वो एक्स्ट्रा चार्ज, जैसे कि छतरपुर के साइड तो छतरपुर से फतेहपुर का अगर मैं जाती हूँ तो वहाँ पे 200-250 लेते हैं, लेकिन इतना है नहीं. बाई मीटर अगर जाते तो 50-60 भी लगते हैं.
Moving away from Delhi and going down south, the Tamil Nadu police have cracked the murder of activist J. Parasmal, and the motive wasn't a family property dispute as initial reports suggested. The police have arrested a prominent builder from Chennai for allegedly conspiring the murder of the whistleblower. The activist was killed. It's been relieved for blowing the lid on the city-based Modi Builders' multiple violations in their contracts. This led to the shutdown of several of their projects, and the owner then decided to take down Parasmal. Remember, a gang of 4 men hacked Parasmal to death on the 7th of June when he was heading to meet his advocate in Saukarpet in Chennai.
In a fresh update with regard to RTI activist Parasmal Jain's gruesome and brutal murder that happened almost a week ago, 6 people have been detained by the Periampet police station here in Chennai. Earlier, an auto rickshaw driver was also arrested, and along with the 6 people, a real estate builder has also been arrested who is said to be connected with the murder of Parasmal Jain. The police, while they continue the investigation, family members and Parasmal Jain's advocate has told us that police are continuing to search the culprits and they will come up with a breakthrough in the next 48 hours. With camera person Manish in Chennai, Vijay Chris Das for Magic Bricks Now.
And with that, it's a wrap here on this edition of the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Magic Bricks Now. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/Magic Bricks Now.